Hello everyone, and welcome to Sweet Stitches Quilt Shop. Today is First Friday Demonstration Day. Won't you join me over at the cutting table? Hi everyone, welcome to Sweet Stitches Demonstration Day. Today's theme is August Assortment. I give it the assortment name because it's a bunch of different quilts that maybe don't go together. Lots of interesting things and fun projects to do for you today. So I'm going to start off with my first quilt here that's on the table. This is Diamonds on Display, and the pattern is by Quilts by Heather Black. Easy quilt to do. This is a class that Darla teaches with the Two Peaks in One ruler by Creative Grids. There's a class coming up on the calendar. You'll have to check it out. But here's the beautiful quilt. It's made with half rectangles and triangles in a square. Easy to do because it's sewn in rows. And we chose to do kind of a modern color palette with the grays and the whites and then just little pops of color here and there. But you can do yours in colors that maybe go with the room that you're designing it for. So look at the calendar and check this one out. It's called Diamonds on Display. The next quilt I have for you is called Splendor. It's by Doug Lecko is the designer. And he has a ruler that's very similar to the folded corner clipper ruler that I'm fond of. His is called the Simple Folded Corners, and it works basically the same as the folded corner clipper ruler. So you could use either one of them in making this quilt if you already have his ruler. Very easy quilt to put together. It's one block, and I'm going to this is the block right here, up here in the corner. It's a square with the corners added on, and then it's kind of a long flying geese on either, two long flying geese on either side of the large rectangle. And then you just turn the blocks in the quilt to give it interest. And so this is made with a fabric collection we have here that's all done in the blues and the corals. Very pretty, bright, summery colors. But of course, this would look good in any fabric combination, color combination. And it's also great because if you are a jelly roll collector, this is a perfect pattern for using your jelly rolls on. Whether you cut 2.5-inch strips or you use a jelly roll, it's a very easy, fun quilt to put together. And I do have it on the class schedule. It is called Splendor, and it's by Doug Lecko. So for our next quilt, we have a Halloween themed quilt, and it's done in the chevron pattern. And this is a quilt that Darla put together. It's made from all half-square triangles, and she used AccuQuilt to do it, but you could also use the folded corner clipper ruler. And she's going to have a class on it. It's called Tricolor Twist. And here we've used one of our fabric lines, Too Cute to Spook from Moda Fabrics. And we have 4 new Halloween collections in. One of them being glow in the dark. So you'll have to stop in and see them. We have them on the front table right now. So next up we have the So Fast Table Runner. Very pretty, done in our new Sunflower collection by Wilmington Fabrics. And what's great about this one is that it is made from strips, so it's very easy to sew together, and then you cut the ends off to give the pointed effect at the ends. And this one's ready to be bound. We didn't quite get it all the way finished, but it's certainly very pretty, and it's also two-sided. This collection comes in a green themed collection, and then it also comes in the navy blue. And so here we have a two-sided table runner, quick and easy, fast project to do. It's called the So Fast Runner. So last month I shared the day hike pattern that I had done with this fall batik collection that we have in from Robert Kaufman. And these are the leftover blocks because I made too many. And I thought, oh, I'm just going to make a big table runner. And when I did this, I thought, well, this is going to be a great way to practice this new Quilting Elements. It's a tearaway paper with quilt designs on it that you lay out and on top of your quilt sandwich, and then you quilt through the paper and then tear away the paper. And so in the instructions, they talk about using a spray adhesive to hold the paper onto the quilt sandwich. And so I don't particularly like basting spray. I'd rather pin baste. It's just my preferred way of doing it. And so I wanted to make sure that I could do this with pin basting. So I used safety pins and pinned the paper to the top of my quilt sandwich and then quilted through it. And it was very easy to do. You use your free motion foot so that you can move it in any direction that you need to, following the lines. And it came out really nice. I was very happy with it. It's nice and flat on the back. And it's lots of fun designs. And I've even gotten in stocking designs that you do the same exact way. And so be watching for those in future videos, because I'm definitely going to do up a few of those stockings for Christmas this year. I have a class that's coming up for the tearaway quilting elements, so I show you how to go about basting the paper on top, how to go about quilting. So if you're interested in learning and quilting up some of your own projects, we're going to start with a small project like table runner or a baby quilt or a small wall hanging. That way you can build your skills. So we start small and then you can build up to bigger quilts. But there's 4 sheets in these packages, so there's plenty to do a baby size quilt. So if you're interested, it's called Quilting Elements. It's on the class schedule. My last project for today is the maple leaf runner. Last month I showed you one little quilt block that I got done. I wanted to show you that I made up the whole table runner, and I wanted to share a little bit about it. This is made with the kitty cornered Creative Grids ruler. What it does is it makes this shape that's right up here in the top corner. Then the rest of the pieces are, I use the folded corner clipper ruler because I needed to cut off some of the corners of the leaves. So I used 2 rulers for this. It is a Creative Grids cut loose pattern, which are inexpensive patterns because they know that you're going to buy the ruler to make the quilt with. And so we have a bunch of the patterns here in the shop and a few of the rulers, but it makes up a very pretty table runner. This one's done in a metallic collection from Robert Kaufman. It's a fall group. And I added in the little flange here in the inner border just to give it a little bit of extra. And then I went about quilting it. And so I think a very easy way to quilt it is, I really liked how they went about quilting theirs. It's just a simple wave pattern, which makes it look like the leaves are blowing in the wind. And it's very easy to do a wave pattern because if you start on a diagonal with your walking foot on, all you have to do is do a gentle curve across the quilt from edge to edge, and then the next one you just space it out a little bit more and just continue all the way down to the corners. And of course you always want to start in the middle of a quilt when you're quilting it and work your way to the edges. But it's a very easy way to quilt up a table runner, and this maple leaf pattern was a lot of fun to do. I don't usually like small little pieced quilts, but I really enjoyed making each one of these. I just think they were so pretty. That's all I have for you today. I thank you for joining me, and if you have any questions, give the shop a call or visit our website at sweetstitchesquiltshop.com, and you can check out our class calendar and patterns and fabrics that you saw today. Everyone have a great day out there. See you next time.